first round. I'll tell you that much.
Baltimore's first pick is in round 1, pick 47.
They signed or drafted Yetur Gross-Matos too last year.
Pick 38. Round 1, pick 38.
This is Paul Jarchian, and you are listening to The Butthole with a D.
Welcome to the official Butthole Podcast, bringing you everything you need from sports to entertainment. Now, introducing your host, Scott, the Great Brandino, Gage's Rage, and Star Lamar. Sup, girl?
Welcome in, everybody, to the official Butthole Podcast, brought to you by the Blue Collar Media Group and all the great people over there. Star Lamar is already disappointed in Scott.
No, and Brandon.
Oh.
He had to do me my sup girl so wrong.
Is that not how you sound?
No, do it again.
Sup, girl?
No, dude. Why you gotta do me dirty like that?
Okay, let's hear it.
Sup, girl?
It's softer. Sup, girl?
Sup, girl?
No, he's directly to the point, too. Star gets it.
Fucking Brandon says it like there's an implication.
It's like Pepe Le Pew shit right there.
Girl.
You're out on the boat, you know, the implications.
Sup, girl?
Wait, you keep saying that word.
Implication?
Yeah.
It's with a P, not a B. You know that, right?
Gage has no
It's not
clue.
implications.
That's what I just said. It's a P, not a B.
I know.
Implications.
Yeah.
Implications.
Hey, that's
Sup, girl?
a slur to
girl.
some people, okay, Scott? You better
fuck.
watch
Well, we're
that.
gonna get
I don't
canceled.
have the smooth baritone.
Here we go
that you
again, getting canceled in North Korea. What the fuck else is new?
What's up, girl?
Communist fucks. All right, here we go. We're breaking
Better than
down
Brandon.
AFC and NFC North this week on the official Butthole Podcast, and we're going to start out with Gage's Rage.
Oh, shit.
Gage's Rage. In the AFC, we're going to get right to it this week.
You were picking with. You are the Cleveland Browns.
You're the Cleveland Browns.
We do this.
I'm just
And-
kidding. He's the Baltimore Ravens. We told him he was the Ravens.
You're the Baltimore Ravens. They need an edge rusher.
No, I'm the Baltimore Ravens. You don't fucking tell me what I need. Got it?
Well, I'm just going based off of the draft
All right,
network,
it's the
which we're
first
using
round.
for our draft coverage
It's
this
pick
year.
27, so I'm up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
And
You
the
did nail it.
Browns
That's right. They are 27.
give me one free agent and one rookie that the Browns are going or that the Ravens are going to be looking to add in the draft and free agency to fill out their team needs.
All right, for free agency, I have no idea, so I'm going to give you a draft prospect that I think they could actually legitimately end up with. All right, this guy is Terrace Marshall,
Something's wrong with you. Really.
an LSU wide receiver. I think a great superstar potential for our own Baltimore Ravens. Right? So, what's so funny, Scott? What the fuck?
Gage literally just Googled the top Ravens pick today, and it pulls up with Terrace Marshall being the pick the Ravens take.
They need a wide receiver. It's not a horrible take.
Well, here, why don't we stall
on.
a little bit of time and you can Google top free agents for the Ravens. And
I don't
you
know
can,
who the free agents are, but I'll tell you right now, they need an offensive lineman in the worst kind of way. Lamar is not being protected the way he needs to be. So these guys need to address tackle.
Brown did request a trade, didn't he?
Orlando Brown.
Orlando Brown did request a trade, yes.
Hasn't been honored yet, but
What do we think
They're right
they
tackle.
can? What do we think they'll get for him? Will they get a first from somebody for him?
probably not. He was a second round pick when he came out, right?
Yes.
I think so.
I don't know. He's up for a payday. I can't see someone giving a first for him.
He wants to play left tackle. And who's their left tackle now?
Ronnie Stanley.
Yeah, and he's not going to play over Stanley.
Ronnie Stanley's a top 5 tackle in the league.
Yeah,
One healthy.
When healthy, yes.
easily.
So a replacement for Brown is definitely someone I can see them addressing in free agency.
Who do you see him taking?
There's this great character. What's his last? It's like something Brown.
No, that's the guy we were just talking about.
Oh shit!
The Schnikes.
Trent Williams? You think Trent Williams might go there?
Trent's too old.
Dilfer.
Trent's not going there. I think.
I mean, you got Darrell Williams is out
You
there.
think Joe Theismann might go there?
Ricky Wagner is on the market again.
Wagner would be a great spot filler. Isn't he a guard though?
No, he was been playing right tackle.
Okay.
I think he was originally with them, too, wasn't he?
was, yeah.
He was before he left to go to Detroit on a big payday.
Yeah.
So it'd be a reunion.
Come back for the ring. That's what I got for Baltimore.
You don't think that they might attack wide receiver in free agency?
Allen Robinson, Will Fuller.
Why pay a lot of money for shit guys when you could just draft a cheap one?
Allen Robinson, a shit guy? Will Fuller, a shit guy?
I said what I said.
Kenny Galladay? You could get a T.Y. Hilton or A.J. Green. He might have a resurgence.
They have Des Bryant. They have all those guys in
I
one.
think Des is gone. He doesn't want to play there. They don't want him. He said he wants 2
Chris
more years.
Godwin.
But wasn't the right move.
As a wide receiver
Godwin's
and
not
free
walking.
agent,
I bet
that
you,
a team you
$20
want to go to?
Godwin leaves Tampa.
I don't think I'd want to go there.
I'll take that.
I don't think I do either.
Like,
20
I think-
butthole bet, $20 Godwin leaves Tampa Bay.
in free agency in the offseason here.
Yeah,
So a franchise tag, Gage wins.
Yep.
correct. If he stays in Tampa, I'll gauge $20.
Butthole bet.
That one's live. I think Bruce Arians just was on a press conference.
They don't have
Saying
the
some
money to
good
keep
stuff
him and
about
Shaq Barrett both.
I know. Shaq Barrett's gone.
Something's got to give.
The
D-Roy
rookie of the year.
out.
is
I
out of
would
there.
not let Shaq Barrett walk over Chris Godwin if I had to pick one. You can get wide receivers to go there to play with Brady.
Yeah, for a cheap price, too.
We'll see. Looking at the next team in the division, we will go to the Cincinnati Bengals. They need wide receiver and offensive line help as well as everything. Star Lamar, where do you see Cincinnati going between free agency and pick 5?
The tight ends, the market for him was okay, but I think it's going to get better. We got Rudolph was released. Saints released their guy as well.
Jared Cook.
So I can definitely see them taking a tight end. Kyle Rudolph is from Cincinnati. I don't know that he would want to go play for a team that is really not in the running for anything as of this year. But Hunter Henry is looking for a payday. Wants to play with a good quarterback. I could see Hunter Henry getting signed there in free agency. They do have money. They spent a lot last offseason, but they have a little bit more. And then in the draft, they can shore up that offensive line, which you don't really get quality offensive linemen in free agency very often. So Penny Sewell, number 5 to the Cincinnati Bengals.
The Bengals have just short of $41 million in cap space. So between that and if they draft Penny Sewell, they're going to be looking pretty good.
They can still get a wideout, too. They could get like T.Y. Hilton. Curtis Samuel's a free agent, too. Little speedster gadget guy like that. Would be a nice fit.
Gerald Everett's another tight end to watch.
Yes, he
He's
is.
going to have a change of scenery, and he's going to be the number 1 guy wherever he goes, I think.
Dan Arnold, too.
You think Dan Arnold leaves Arizona?
I think so.
They have Max Williams. They don't need him.
That's true.
If he can play. He's got to stay on the field. He's been hurt a lot. I tackled him in high school. Fun fact for you. Well, he ran me over, but he went down.
He has his shoelaces were just as strong as his body, so I grabbed onto those and tripped him.
It's a tackle.
Brandon, looking at the next team in the division, do you want the Ravens or Steelers?
Ravens are gone.
Sorry, do you want the Browns or Steelers?
I'll take the Steelers.
Okay.
Steelers are picking at number 24, and
Okay.
they have a need for offensive tackle. They need running back. They signed Big Ben.
Okay.
For cheap, right?
I think so. I think he's taking a good deal. Juju's probably walking. So I see them maybe attacking. I don't know what free agent running backs are available. They might draft one a little bit later, but I think they're going to go tackle in the draft. Now, one possibility too is to trade for Orlando Brown. So maybe give up a second-round pick, take Brown, throw him at left tackle, and then use their first-round pick to draft a playmaker.
That'd be the
The
very
Ravens
strange,
trade to the Steelers.
strange
I didn't even think about
rivalry
that.
trade right there.
I didn't think about that, so that won't happen. Definitely not. But they let Andrew Villanueva or whoever, their left tackle,
Alejandro.
Alejandro.
Villanova, Scotia.
No, it's a Canadian province, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, sorry.
So I see him going offensive tackle, maybe taking like a Jalen Mayfield. He might be there. Dylan Radunes is walking up draft boards now. The tackle for NDSU Samuel Cosme could be there as well. So I think one of those three guys will probably fall to him. If I'm them, actually, I'd probably go after maybe Najee Harris because you're going to get a running back, take some pressure off Big Ben, but they're probably not going to do that. So, I don't know what they're going to go at free agency, though. They're a little strapped for cash. They can't afford to sign Juju to a long-term contract. I think James Conner is probably walking as well. So,
and TJ Watt's going to get a deal.
Definitely. They're not letting him go.
So all their cap they might have this year, they're holding on to for that deal, I think.
That's a good move, planning for the future.
Maybe a cornerback. Maybe they grab like Patrick Peterson or something on a 1-year deal.
Rumor has it teams want him to make a move to safety.
Peterson?
Yeah.
He's losing a step in his age. He's 30 now. He could have like a Richard Sherman type resurgence in his 30s after Sherman tore his Achilles. He played good for 2 years. I don't know. Do you think safety would be a good move for him?
I think he could get some interceptions. If you put him in a young secondary, just as the kind of the head of the secondary playing safety, could be a good move.
Come over here and be our slot safety.
I don't know how he is as like a leader on the team. I haven't really heard many stories as him being the vocal guy or anything like that, but he's definitely not been a problem player at all. So I think it'd be a good sign for any team.
Reminds me a lot of Terrence Newman when they swapped him over in his last few years in the league.
At 45.
He got some reps at safety for a little bit in Minnesota's backfield, so I can see it being a good move. He seems like a smart player that would adapt.
Pair him next to Minka, too. That'd be a deadly duo. All right, next up.
The Cleveland Browns. Pick 26. They actually need quite a few things. They need secondary help. They need linebacker help. Across the defense, except for defensive line, they could use players. I actually like a lot the idea of them drafting Zaven Collins at pick 26 to shore up the middle of the defense. I also like the idea of them going after a guy like a Carlos Dunlap, a veteran that just got cut.
Great idea, Scott.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
All right. Moving on to
Nothing over there.
the
He was thinking, though.
NFC North, the northern part of the National Football Conference.
Who's in that division again?
That is the Ravens, the Cardinals, the Patriots, and the Saints. Who dat? All right, here we go. Gage's Rage.
Who dat?
The Green Bay Packers.
Why do I have to do them? I don't want to do them.
Who do you want to do?
You're the short straw, dude.
All right. I can do this one.
Well, here comes a spoof.
Okay.
The Green Bay Packers with pick number... Gage, what pick do they have?
25.
Okay. With
29.
pick
29.
number 29, they need wide receiver,
quarterback,
offense.
backup
Oh, here we
QB.
go. Who are they
Mac
taking?
Jones.
Mac Jones. Okay.
He's going to be available, the 5th quarterback taken in the draft in the first round.
They trade up for him.
That's
Yeah.
definitely a Vikings homer pick, but I like it a lot. Okay.
Yep. And then who do they go for in free agency?
Mitchell Trubisky.
Who did they go for? I have no idea. Free agency. I could see them really taking in like an edge rusher because the Smith brothers are getting a little older, right?
Yeah, they're like a year older now.
They're definitely getting up there again, and
Are they brothers?
No. They call them
it's
brothers.
like the Williams Wall
because they were
man.
signed at the same time. They're not brothers,
Gotcha.
but they do call them brothers.
So yeah, I could see him going with an edge rusher or like a linebacker. Their linebackers were pretty shit last year. That guy they drafted in the first round 2 years ago didn't really pan out. They could always use another cornerback to pair with Jair Alexander because
He's talking about Rashawn Gary.
I don't know who he's talking
I don't
about.
think they've drafted a linebacker in the first round in the last few
I'm
years.
pretty sure he's talking about Rashawn Gary, who's actually been okay,
Yeah.
but not
Defensive lineman.
It's semantics, right?
who's the King fella, the other
great. Yeah,
cornerback?
Kevin King.
He's
not
He's a
the
free
greatest.
agent.
He's not good, though.
Oh,
He won't be back.
so they need a replacement.
Not
for
after
him.
the playoffs last year.
No,
He's
he won't
gone.
be back. They do need a cornerback. You're right.
So I could definitely see them either drafting a guy or, all jokes aside, getting someone in free agency.
Next up, Star Lamar.
I just think the disrespect towards Aaron Rodgers there, even in this mock draft of needs, we don't give him a wide receiver. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
He can go without any wide receiver.
It doesn't matter what they need. They're not going to give him that. The team thinks they need completely different things than they actually need. So I was actually trying to draft like I was the Green Bay Packers.
There you go.
Sue me.
I'm sure somebody in Green Bay will want to. Star Lamar. Next up, the Detroit Lions, who have pick
7.
Yeah.
Those Green Bay fans are just mad because their sister auntie isn't sleeping with them anymore.
Hey,
The Detroit Lions have pick 7. Their team needs include wide receiver, cornerback, offensive tackle primarily. They also need interior defensive lineman, linebacker help, quarterback.
Everything.
you ever been to a Green Bay Packers dating website? Ancestry.com?
Have not. I'm going to double down here. I'm going to say in the draft,
Gold.
they're hopefully going to get
Green
one of
and
the
gold.
top 3 wide receivers. If Jalen Waddle's available there, I think they'd be super ecstatic. Jamar Chase probably being the biggest prize they could get, depending on how the top of the board falls. And then I'd say in free agency, they need to lock up Kenny Golladay. I don't know if that would really be considered free agency, but he is a free agent. They need to keep him, double down on that position, give Jared Goff a fighting chance in hell to actually win some games there. Hopefully that running game can take off, but they don't have wide receiver help at all. Might as well get it through free agency and the draft.
It's possible that both Chase and Waddle are gone by the time they're up. Do you think that they're a candidate to trade down? Amass a couple picks later in the draft, maybe grab like Rashawn Slater a little bit later, maybe Micah Parsons falls.
I think with all of their needs, that's a possibility, but they might just be looking for some blue chip guys. They might be going best player available and not even drafting off a need just because the team needs help everywhere.
They're going to have 2 firsts next year, right? They'll have their own in the Rams. If I'm them, I keep pick 7 and I try and get a blue chipper. That's what I would do.
Is there a new GM in town too, or is it just the head coach?
It's a new GM, new head coach.
So a new GM and new head coach could really be looking to put their fingerprints on the team their own way. So I think you could be onto something looking at them to trade down for a guy that they think will still be there. And acquire more picks for the future too.
They want to bite kneecaps, man.
Yeah, they do. They want
want a
munch. They
kneecap
want to
biter.
munch them both. Next up, the Chicago Bears. I'll take this one. They need a lot. Primarily,
Tackle, quarterback.
they
Those are
need
big
everything. I think that the Bears, what pick do they have? They have pick
20.
number 20. I think the Bears at pick 20 are going to go with somebody like, I don't know which offensive tackle is going to be available when they pick there, but I think they're going to go offensive tackle. If Darrisaw's there, they'll take him. If
Cosme could be there.
Cosme might be there.
Dylan Lagoons.
Mayfield might be there.
He'll probably be there. Mayfield will be.
I think they're going to go offensive tackle. I have no clue which offensive tackle because I don't know who's going to be there, but I think they'll go that way.
Do you think they gamble with Elijah Vera Tucker at tackle when he's slated more for a guard?
Well, there's a lot of people that believe that Elijah Vera Tucker actually transfers better into the NFL as an offensive tackle. So a lot of people think that he'll end up playing right tackle in the NFL.
Who is their left tackle right now? Or their tackles?
They don't have anybody that's that good. I'll look it up really
I don't
quick.
know.
I thought their offensive line played pretty well last year.
It was Trubisky making the most of a bad situation.
Yeah. Because I know they have white hair. They got Daniels,
Yeah, it wasn't full.
Don't they have Leno? Charles Leno as a tackle.
Leno.
They have Charles Leno, James Daniels, who's actually okay. Their center is Cody Whitehair. They have Rashad Coward, who was playing guard for them, and Jermaine Ifedi is a right tackle. Jermaine Ifedi's a guy that might get cut, though.
He's just moves around the league a lot, it feels like.
Yep. But he did get a payday in Chicago.
Did he?
So
What do they do at quarterback?
I think they're going to roll with Foles and Trubisky again this year unless they get somebody.
Aren't they both free agents? Or at least Trubisky is.
Trubisky is.
Trubisky is, but I think they'll bring him back. They'll either bring him back or they're going to go after Darnold, Watson, one of the guys available. And if they strike out on all those guys, I think Trubisky's going to be back.
Russell Wilson.
If I was Chicago, I would go all in on Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson. But
It's magic.
But it's Chicago. I don't think Fitzmagic is that big of a trade up from like Foles for that team. I really don't. Because they're kind of the type of team that doesn't like a gambler like Fitzmagic. They like their defense to be their rock. Offense is just good enough to win games. Like, let's not forget the Chicago team is 1 year removed from being pretty good. They went to the playoffs 2 years ago.
They went last year, too.
Yeah, they have pieces. They need to get more out of Foles or Trubisky or their quarterback. If they get more out of them, they're a team that can go to the playoffs. They're not a championship contender, but Montgomery looked really good at the end of last year. If they bring back Allen Robinson, which they need to, their offense is okay.
They're going to have to tag him to get him back, though.
I agree.
He's not going to sign a long-term deal.
I could see them possibly going wide receiver. If Allen Robinson walks in free agency, I could see him going wide receiver at 20. So, I don't know. We'll see. I actually forgot that the Bears played the Saints on that Nickelodeon game in the playoffs. That was such an abysmal performance from Trubisky.
Well, he won the MVP.
The
MVP, sorry. Nickelodeon.
Wasn't the
valuable
playoffs.
player. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That was the first round of the playoffs. Bears at Saints, yeah.
Just
That's
baffles
ridiculous.
me that the Bears even made it.
They did.
As a 7 seed because
It was
Arizona
my
fell
fault.
off.
All right,
the Vikings
everyone,
fell
just
off.
say it. I texted the butthole and I said the Bears and the Vikings were trading places. It was going to go all the way until the playoffs, and we were going to make it, and they weren't. And then we lost out.
You
and they
jinxed
won
us.
out. Yeah, I fucked the pooch.
What?
Sorry.
Poor dog.
Was that taken out of context?
Did you guys ever think of the origin of that phrase?
I fucked the dog.
I think it's
Screwed the
Screw the
pooch.
pooch. Yeah.
Oh,
Whatever you call it. I've never.
Like, I think it was a stand-up comedian or something that's talking about it, like, because people say it for such little things, and someone just tried to like slide that in, like, yeah, it's like fucking a dog. It's like, yeah, fuck the dog.
Oh, like, screwed the pooch.
Like, no, that's fucked up. You can't say I made a mistake. Oh, it's just, I fucked the dog.
whatever, big deal.
It's like, somehow it got in our vernaculars.
That'd be like a group of guys just sitting around. Oh, I fucked your wife. What? You did what? Oh,
I screwed up.
I didn't know that was supposed to be a hypothetical.
for sure.
I thought that was just a real thing.
Lastly, but not leastly, out of the NFC and AFC North teams is the Minnesota Vikings. The great Brandino, the floor is yours.
Well, we don't need anything. We're a Super Bowl team the way that we are. I say we just trade our picks away and roll with it.
Hopefully
right.
everyone comes back healthy.
Hopefully. Now we draft at 14. We need an edge rusher, an offensive tackle, or lineman, but tackle preferably. I think if Rashawn Slater falls to us, I think we probably snag him. He's aggressive. He's good at run blocking, which is we're a running team. You know, we passed a lot last year, but he's very serviceable there, Northwestern guy. Otherwise, we go with like Gregory Rousseau, maybe like a Jalen Phillips. I think we're a prime candidate to trade back, though. I think if there's not a guy that we're in love with at that spot, maybe if like Devonta Smith falls for some reason or Kyle Pitts is sitting there or whatever, I think we end up trading back.
I feel like with our offensive line, pretty abysmal the last few seasons, but there was our left tackle Reef plays better when he has a competent player next to him. Every single time that the left guard plays well, Reef has good stats. So the Elijah Vera Tucker doesn't look unappealing to me to throw in at left guard there. No. Go Tucker, Bradbury, Cleveland, O'Neal, and Reef and see what we can do with that line.
That would be my
terrible.
ideal situation.
Because Reef only struggles when that whole side of the line struggles.
They do. Slater's draft profile does say, though, his ceiling rises as he moves towards the middle of the offensive line. So Slater could be slotted in as a guard position, too.
That is quite a few of them, though.
That's
Quite a
most
few of the
offensive
tackles.
linemen because by the time you put them on the outside, well, now they're going against the best pass rusher on the defense. They're getting exposed. They get less help. Yeah, it is just more offensive linemen.
Tucker seems at 14 seems just a little high for me. That's why I think we could trade back. And if you look behind us, like Mac Jones, if Justin Fields is available, the Patriots are going to snag a quarterback. You could get, I think the Cardinals are prime candidate to take a cornerback. So I think they could get like J.C. Horn, maybe Greg Newsome, possibly somebody else there as well. The Raiders need an edge rusher. So if we trade back and we get to like 19 with the football team, I think we could possibly have Vera Tucker there and then get a first-round pick next year as well, or a second-round pick this year, or a little bit.
That second this year. That'd be nice.
Do they make any splashes in free agency, or are they kind of bowing out of this one?
Well, we are strapped for cash. We might take a veteran on a lower deal. Maybe we get Kawan short, help shore up that defense. We could grab another edge rusher if we don't get one in the draft here.
What do you guys think of Patty P or Richard Sherman? Would you welcome either of them to Minnesota?
I think I'd take Peterson over Sherman.
I'd welcome them, but that's kind of expensive. But a lot could change with the whole Danielle Hunter situation that's going on right now.
What are the rumors with that anyways?
He's liked several tweets about other teams wanting to trade for him that fans have made. I'd give up everything for Danielle Hunter as a Titans fan, and he liked it, and he unfollowed some Viking stuff or removed Vikings from his profile, and it's very passive-aggressive young person shit, rather than just saying you're unhappy. He's pulling a Stephon Diggs, basically.
Damn.
The Vikings have kind of shown, though, that if you want to pull that passive-aggressive shit, they'll trade you fast.
But that's what he wants.
Right.
So
he also signed a deal. Was it 5 years, $70 million? And then 2 years later, the DNs are getting 5 for $125, 5 for $130.
And he has no guaranteed money left on his contract. That's the biggest thing for him.
Maybe we restructure him.
Extend him?
Yeah. Do an extension. Push some of that guaranteed money back into the future a little bit.
Well, I would just convert his contract into be more guaranteed money. I'd be totally willing to do that. Just convert his, what is it? Let's say he has $45 million left on his deal. Let's just convert
half,
30 of the 45 to guaranteed money. I don't see
makes
why
him happy.
Yeah,
he's not a guy we can afford to lose. You can't
I don't
give
think
up a
so
good
either.
rusher.
Because what do you? Okay, you trade him for a first round pick. Okay, are you going to draft somebody that's going to be as good as he is at 26 years old?
No.
Probably not.
You think we'd only get one first round for him?
I don't know. I'm just playing hypotheticals. I don't. I think you could get a first this year and maybe a third next year. I don't think you're getting 2 firsts though.
No Khalil Mack type trade.
No, I don't think so. Coming off that injury,
I mean, Jamal Adams got 2 firsts. Matt Stafford got 2 firsts.
You're looking at a 26-year-old defensive end.
Let's put it this way:
Stud
if
defensive
you
end.
get 2 firsts for Danielle Hunter, are you trading him?
If he wants
I
out,
wouldn't. I personally wouldn't.
I think in this day and age, when these players have so much power on their own and can demand these trades and stuff like that, if he doesn't want to be here, you get max value for him. If you're running that business, you're not holding on to a stock that's just depreciating in value. You're not pulling what the Houston Texans are doing with Deshaun Watson, saying, we'll let him sit out. That's fine. No, you can get stuff from him. Cincinnati Bengals tried to do it with Carson Palmer. And they lost a lot of value not trading him. And they finally gave in and traded him to Oakland. If he wants out and he's that serious about it, he's 26 and a stud. Get as much as you can for him. Go sign a Leonard Williams for less than him he's making now, or even like a 1-year deal for Jadeveon Clowney. Draft one this year. You have a Denigbo. You just got Weatherly back. Pierce is coming back on that line. Like, you can weather a year.
And I think last year without Danielle Hunter, all season showed you can go without this guy, but it's one of those guys you don't want to go without if you have an option.
Well, I mean, can we go without him? Our defense was abysmal.
Absolutely.
But
that's the whole thing we were saying is this last season showed us what kind of depth you have behind a Danielle Hunter. But if he's not going to be there, you don't feel confident with any of these Hercules Mataafa or
we don't have a number 1.
Yeah, DJ Wanham. These guys aren't starters. They could come in there for a few plays, give your starter a breath, but they're not ready for the game every Sunday.
For sure.
So yeah, I think if it's a trade Danielle Hunter scenario, if he's really holding their hands behind her back, it's total rebuild.
This is the problem. If you trade Danielle Hunter today, if you traded him today, you would save $5.25 million, $5,250,000. You would take on $12 million of dead cap. You just can't afford that. You just can't.
When you're already him, you lose $12 million.
Yep.
How?
Dead cap kills teams. That's why the Texans are very hesitant, not only because Watson's good, but Watson carries a ton of dead cap money for him. It's in like the 30 millions.
Dead cap money would be money that you guaranteed to him that he no longer gets, but it still counts against your cap for next year. That's how it works. So it's literally dead money. It's money that comes off the top of your salary cap. So if the salary cap is $190 million, ours would now be $178 million.
But that makes no sense with his guaranteed money being already paid out.
Well, this is the kicker. If you traded him post June 1, you'd be saving $12.5 million, and you'd be taking in dead cap $4.5 million.
I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, but then what are you getting for him? You gonna get a couple draft picks for next year? I mean, you're not gonna get anything valuable. I mean, you don't know what's gonna be coming next year.
The difference, though, Gage, is guaranteed money protects you from injury. It doesn't protect you from getting traded and having a dead cap situation. So, for instance, what Starr is saying, where when he says, "Oh, Danielle Hunter has no more guaranteed money," if Danielle Hunter gets hurt before the season starts, he isn't guaranteed a damn thing this year for money.
Yeah.
But it doesn't protect the Vikings from having a cap hit if they trade him or cut him. It protects it.
That stuff's all for like making contracts, basically.
Yes.
So they're like, oh, we need to make some money this year. We'll move some of your contract to the next year, to 2 years down the road, on the books.
Yep.
Even though we're paying you, but on our books, it's going to act like we're paying you that in 2022. It's just a way to move money around and create cap space
to make it look better than it is for the team.
High level shit. This is handmade quality shit we're talking about here.
Well, Danielle Hunter's gameplay is handmade quality shit when he's healthy. I don't want to trade the guy. I want to keep him.
You just pulled landscaping duty. Am I using those cold track, Gage?
They're really close.
I was super close on that one, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Great news. We just extended Arts and Crafts by 4 hours.
Did you really watch the movie over again just to learn some quotes?
No, I didn't watch it over again. I watched one scene to prove him wrong.
For those of us
you didn't prove
don't
shit
know.
wrong. Okay, we'll do this in the movie. This doesn't have to be the NFL episode.
Well, kind of wrapped up most of it. We got...
Yeah, I got nothing left for this episode except for teasers for next week.
Dak Prescott signed a 4-year, $160 million deal.
That's probably the biggest news out of the NFL.
Like 126 guaranteed, somewhere in that range.
Titans agreed in trade for their first-round pick from last year, Isaiah Wilson, I think his name was, to the Miami Dolphins.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. He said he's never played another game for the Titans. He played a whopping 4 snaps last year, and I didn't get along with the coach. They definitely reached for him. We talked about him a couple podcasts ago, where I said that he seemed like a bust. So I don't know what compensation was yet, but they've agreed to trade him to Miami Dolphins, who started 3 rookies last year. So they might have 4 players from the same draft class on that offensive line.
Imagine if they all pan out, sticking around for a while. It could be deadly for many years.
Yep. So I don't know if the character concern is a real concern throughout the league or just 2 people that didn't get along in Tennessee. But the head coach, Brian Flores of Miami, and the player went to the same high school. So they have that connection. So maybe he's thinking, I grew up where this kid did. I get him. Bring him over here. I'll set him straight. But I have no idea. That could not be the case.
Well, we'll see.
Dots are connected on my side. Looks good enough to me.
Franchise tag closes, well, technically, when you listen to this, if you're listening tomorrow, it would be today, Tuesday the 9th at 4 p.m.
Not a ton out there yet.
I think 1 guaranteed. Justin Simmons, safety for the Broncos. Said is it Motton?
Taylor Motton.
Taylor Motton. Right tackle, I think, right?
Yep.
For the Panthers. It's projected they're going to. Dak obviously isn't anymore, but you could maybe see maybe Kenny Golladay hold on to him. Allen Robinson.
Will Fuller.
A lot of those guys could be locked up, or they could be hitting the free agency market.
Yep.
As restricted free agents, right?
Rumor has it.
Unrestricted then.
With the cap issues that many teams are facing, that there's a potential massacre coming in the NFL over the next week. So this free agent class might get a lot deeper over the next week.
A lot of the big teams or big networks are saying some of your favorite veteran players from your favorite teams could be gone.
That's Kyle Rudolph.
To a T.
Could be Harrison Smith.
No.
Not Harry.
I heard rumors of extension.
Really?
Yeah.
I hope so.
And
I love Harry, but Barr's a prime cut candidate.
Barr's potential. Reef is always on that list.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Could
make
be a
some
lot
space somewhere.
different.
If you look at our team, there's only like 5 people who make money. 6 players that are like actually have contracts that are
massive.
Yeah, big. And Kendricks isn't going anywhere. Daniil Hunter, you hope isn't going anywhere. Kirk Cousins, you can't put anywhere. Yeah, after the top 8 guys, it drops down to rookie contracts. And then the kickers are making more than those rookies.
Wild. We got Dan Bailey, who's missing PATs and dinging off the bars.
Bailey's a free agent, isn't he? I think the Vikings are...
No, he's not a free agent.
I think he signed a 2-year deal.
He has, if we cut him today, we would save $2 million, and we would take on $2 million in dead cap.
So a wash.
If we cut him after June 1st, which is the new league year...
$4 million, 3.5.
We would save, where the fuck is Dan the man on the fan? We'd save $3 million and lose $1 million. We'll cut him after the draft. He'll be cut. Didn't we bring in that kicker? We signed a kicker with some guaranteed money.
Like someone off the Ravens draft?
Yeah.
Practice squad?
Yeah, but we gave him some guaranteed money to come here.
Didn't we trade for a Ravens?
I think it's different. You're thinking of Vedvik.
No, that guy's long gone.
Yeah, it was a different
another
guy.
Ravens.
Yeah.
We traded like a 5th-round pick for him too, didn't we?
Vedvik we did.
God. At least we didn't draft, who was Robert Aguayo, kicker for Tampa Bay?
Roberto.
Sorry.
Aguayo.
He was like a 3rd, 4th-round pick, Aguayo.
Second.
He was second. Yeah, traded up early in the 2nd round to get him.
Sure.
And just trash.
At least we didn't trade a 2nd-round pick for a defensive end for 5 games. Wait.
But we got a 3rd back for him.
Exactly.
Oh, so it's worth trading 32 spots in the draft for 5 games out of a defensive end on a year that you didn't go to the playoffs? That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fucking Vikings.
Oh, yeah, Vikings, call us up.
By the way, keep
Scott
close
wants to make
tabs.
every draft pick ever made.
By the way,
his influence.
Close tabs on the Vikes because they are still $3.5 million over the cap as it stands today. So they got some big decisions to make.
Big moves coming.
So
big free agents.
With that, go jerk off.
Bye. Check out our website, www.officialbutthole.com. We're on all socials at officialbutthole. Please leave us a rating and review on Apple Music, and we'll see you next time.
Call him. Do you want a couple pieces? We have some leftover Papa Murphy's. Throw in the toaster oven. I'm having Paige throw some in for me right now.
It's gonna be good.
Okay.
It's gonna be